Egusi soup is one Nigerian soup that I love so much, especially when it's paired with pounded yam. One thing I also love about egusi soup is that you can cook it in different ways and it will still turn out delicious. So I will be showing you how to make my version of this delicious soup using minimal salt and oil, no seasoning cubes, and maximizing the number of plants and vegetables you can incorporate into it. While we're at it, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up so it can be recommended to other people. So we start by putting our chicken in a pot with some cut onions, salt, grounded pepper, grated ginger, and 2 cups of water. I have listed all the ingredients in the caption. You want to make sure you don't drown your chicken in water because you want maximum flavor from your chicken. While the chicken boils, I'll go ahead and prep the other ingredients. So first, I'll pluck and cut up my ugu, also known as fluted pumpkin leaves. Ugu leaves are rich in vitamins like vitamin A and C. They are rich in fiber and help control blood sugar levels. They are also known to help naturally boost milk supply, so if you're breastfeeding, ugu should be your friend. I will also be using black kale. You can use the regular curly kale, spinach, Swiss chard, or even uziza leaves instead. Kale is also a vegetable that is rich in antioxidants and has been researched to reduce inflammation, slow the growth of cancer cells, and protect against chronic disease. Meanwhile, shout out to the women in the Nigerian market that cut vegetables so skillfully. I'm definitely still learning. Next, I'll be blending the peppers with some of the stock from the boiling chicken. The chicken should be cooked now and the heat turned off. And in the same blender, I'll blend the washed egusi with pumpkin seeds. While many of us might be familiar with melon seeds, that is, egusi seeds, pumpkin seeds are high in antioxidants that can reduce inflammation and protect us from various diseases. There are studies that have shown pumpkin seeds may play a role in preventing and treating breast cancer. And one research study shows pumpkin seed extract had the potential to slow the growth of prostate cancer cells. Pumpkin seeds are also very high in magnesium, and we need adequate levels of magnesium because it helps control blood pressure, reduce risk of heart disease, regulating blood sugar levels. I mean, these seeds are loaded, but I honestly won't sit down to eat pumpkin seeds. So adding them to food is a fantastic way to include them in my diet, and no one will even know except you tell them. I also blended uziza seeds with my egusi and pumpkin seeds. Apart from the fact that uziza seeds add an amazing flavor, they have been researched to have potent antioxidant and antimicrobial properties, and some research also shows they may have anti-cancer properties as well. Now we will proceed to take out our cooked chicken from the pot, and we're doing this because we don't want the pieces to fall apart during the stirring process. The remaining chicken stock looks small, but you don't want to add any more water until later if you feel the need. Then we add our blended pepper and palm oil into the pot. We're only using 2 tablespoons of palm oil, which you can skip totally if you want. We really do not need to cook with a lot of oil. Most of the time, we just like how the oil makes our food look, which in the long run is to the detriment of our health. Leave your pepper to cook for about 2 minutes, then add your chopped onions, locust beans or iru, and crayfish, and stir for about 1 minute, and add a little water before adding the soaked stockfish and dry fish. We're going to stir that and let it cook on low heat for about 5 minutes, adding a little water to avoid burning. We're cooking on low heat because we want maximum flavor from the iru and dry fish. Remember, we do not need to add seasoning cubes or any more salt. The iru and dried fish are processed with salt, and chicken stock also has salt, so adding more salt or seasoning cubes will be an overkill. Next, we add in our melon and pumpkin seed mixture in small batches. Don't mind the fish bones poking their heads from the soup. You want to, however, make sure you remove the bones from your fish if you have younger children. My daughter swallowed a fish bone when she was a child, and it wasn't a pleasant experience at all. Now cover your pot and let cook for about 10 minutes on low heat before stirring. If you prefer the lumpier egusi, you first want to make sure your seed mixture is thicker and you let cook for a little bit longer. I added a little water. I will stir and cover for about 1 minute. The heat should still be on low to avoid burning. Egusi dries up really quickly and you want to avoid burning your soup. Now we add our green vegetables. Then we stir properly and add about half a cup of water. I have added water into the blender I used for the egusi and poured it into the soup. We'll then stir in the added water and add our boiled chicken. Once we've done this, we want to stir gently to prevent the chicken from falling apart. Next, we'll be adding chopped basil leaves or scent leaves, whichever you have available to you. I'm using basil leaves because that's what is easily available around me. If you haven't tried this before, please do. It definitely takes your soup to a whole different level. You want to gently stir to mix everything perfectly together. You can add a little water at this point if you wish. If you like the red color in your egusi, simply add either dry pepper or blend long chillies with your peppers. You don't need to add more palm oil. Cover the pot and let all the flavors permeate the soup. Remember your heat is still on low, as you don't want to overcook your vegetables. After about 2 minutes, you can then taste your soup and decide if you need a little more salt or not. I decided to add a sprinkle of salt, and you can add a tablespoon of crayfish instead. Remember to give it one last stir and add a little more water if you want it more fluid. And there you have your healthy and delicious egusi soup, ready to be paired with anything you like. Remember that the goal for every meal should be to maximize the nutrients we can get. There is nothing like too many nutrients. Note I said many, not much. Nutrients can be too much, which is why you don't want to just focus on one type of food. And the more the variety of plants you have in your food, the more the variety of nutrients you get. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Until I see you in the next one, stay healthy.